They fired you, then they begged you to come back, then they insulted you with a check. If you say yes, you lose. If you know what to do instead, you win. This is the playbook companies use when they realize they messed up. And this is how you flip it. Stay to the end, because the one sentence you say when they lowball you determines if you get 2 weeks' pay or 6 months. Picture this. You request a PTO day. You need it. Family emergency, medical, doesn't matter. It's your time. You earned it. Your manager approves it in writing, not a Slack, not a hallway. Yes, sure. An email, dated, timestamped, signed with their full name. You do what smart employees do. You save it. You screenshot it. You forward it to your personal email. Because you've seen what happens when things are verbal. You take the day, you come back, you say good morning, you do your work. Everything seems normal for 2 weeks. And that's the part that gets people, the delay. If they fired you next day, you'd fight. But 2 weeks later, you think it's safe. You think it's over. It's not. Then HR calls you in. The email says, quick sync, no agenda. Across the table is a woman you've never met, HR, stone-faced. Next to her, your manager, the one who approved your PTO. He's silent. He won't look at you. He's staring at the table like it owes him money. HR slides a paper across the desk. You don't even touch it yet. Termination letter. Reason check. Job abandonment. You're fired. Effective immediately. Badge, laptop. Walk you out. For the PTO day they approved. In writing. 2 weeks ago. You look at your manager. You approved this. You signed it. January 12th, 9:03 a.m. I have the email. He says nothing. HR says, do you have any questions about the separation process? You're walked out. 6 weeks pass. You've updated your resume. You've added seeking new opportunities to LinkedIn. You've explained the termination in interviews. How did you leave your last role? Terminated. Reason? They said job abandonment. But you have PTO records? Yes. It's ugly. It's slowing every process down. Then your phone rings. Unknown number, 6:17 p.m. on a Thursday. You almost don't answer. You do. It's him. The manager who stayed silent. His voice is different now. No authority. Smaller. Tired. We made a mistake, he says. No hello. No, how are you? Your position is still open. The team needs you. Can you come back Monday? No apology. No explanation for the lie. No acknowledgement that you've been unemployed for 6 weeks because of them. Just an offer. 70% of people say yes here. They're desperate. Rent is due. They want the job back. They think saying yes fixes it. It's not over. It's a trap. And if you say yes, you sign away everything. Let me tell you what happens to the 70% who say yes. Monday, you walk back in. Everyone stares. I thought you were fired. You sit down. Your computer is gone. Your email is deactivated. You spend the day in onboarding. Again. Week 2, your manager pulls you aside. We need to talk about your performance. There was no performance issue before. Now there is. Week 4, you're on a PIP, Performance Improvement Plan. 30 days to improve at a job you already did for 3 years. Day 29, you're fired again. This time for performance, not job abandonment. Clean, legal, documented. Why? Because you coming back erased their first mistake. You validated it. You told the company, yeah, maybe I did abandon my job. You gave them a second chance to fire you the right way. And that settlement offer? Gone. Because you're an employee again. You can't sue your current employer for wrongful termination as easily. You just reset the clock. They didn't rehire you because they missed you. They rehired you because it's cheaper to fire you twice than to pay you once. Here's what a client of mine did when this happened. They didn't answer the call, not yet. They didn't call back angry. They opened their file, the one every employee should keep from day one, your CYA file. Cover your assets, 3 documents, physical copies, dated, document 1, the PTO approval email, printed, manager's name, your name, date, time, approved, highlighted. Document 2, the termination letter, job abandonment, same date range as the PTO, signed by HR, highlight the reason. Document 3, the company handbook, you downloaded it on day 1, right? Page 23, section 4.2, quote, approved paid time off cannot be used as grounds for disciplinary action or termination. Highlight it. You lay them side by side, one contradiction. That's not a mistake. That's not confusion. That's wrongful termination. That's retaliation. That's liability. And now you have it in writing 3 times from them. And here's what most people don't know. That termination letter, it's not just a piece of paper. It's a legal document. HR filed it with payroll. They reported it to the state. They coded you as terminated for cause in the system. That follows you every background check, every reference call, every time you apply for unemployment. The next company sees job abandonment, and they don't call you back. That's why the envelope shows up, because they know they poisoned your file. They know they made you unemployable, and 2 weeks' pay is their way of saying, please don't sue us for ruining your career. But 2 weeks doesn't fix a poisoned file. 2 weeks doesn't explain the gap. 2 weeks doesn't undo the damage. That's why you need more. That's why you hold position. A week after you don't call back, it arrives. A thin envelope, no company letterhead, no HR name, just your address typed, like they're scared to touch it. Inside, a settlement offer. 2 weeks' pay. In exchange, you sign a paper. 4 things. 1, you agree not to sue. 2, you agree the termination was mutual. 3, you agree to never talk about it, non-disparagement. 4, you agree it's full and final settlement. 2 weeks' pay for being fired for a day they approved, for 6 weeks of unemployment, for the damage to your career, for having to explain terminated for job abandonment in every interview, for the stress, for the lie. They doubled down when they fired you. Now they're coming back with money, lowball money, because they think you're desperate, because they think you didn't save the email, because they think you don't know what you have. But you do have proof. That's why they called. That's why the envelope showed up. Companies don't rehire people they fire for cause. They don't pay people they were right to fire. They pay when they're wrong. They pay when they're scared. Scared of what? A wrongful termination lawsuit in your state, an EEOC complaint, a labor board investigation, discovery. You get in their emails, depositions, having to explain under oath why they fired someone for approved PTO, then rehired them. 2 weeks' pay is cheaper than that. But 2 weeks is an insult, because your damages aren't 2 weeks. Your damages are the 3 months it takes to find a new job with a termination on your record. The lost wages, the 401k match, the health insurance gap, the emotional distress, the retaliation. So here's what the client did. Here's what you do. You push the envelope back. You don't touch the check. You don't deposit it. If you cash it, you accept it. You don't argue. You don't call HR and scream. You don't email the manager, you liar. You don't give them anything new they can use against you. You respond in writing, email, 1 sentence, copy yourself. Thank you for the offer. I forwarded it to my legal counsel for review. I'll be in touch. Then you stop. You hold position. No follow-up. No, just checking in. No, can we talk? Silence. Because proof is leverage. Paper trail is power. You don't negotiate from emotion. You don't negotiate from desperation. You negotiate from evidence. When they blink first, you don't move. The client held for 31 days, 31 days of silence, no response to the company, no social media posts, no calls. On day 32, a new letter arrived. Different letterhead. Law firm this time. New number. 6 months pay. Full neutral reference signed by the CEO. Employment record change from termination to layoff due to restructure. Cobra paid. Why did it work? Because the company's first offer is never their best offer. It's a test, a filter. They're testing to see if you know what you have, if you document it, if you take 2 weeks and go away quietly. When you don't, when you show you documented everything, when you use the words legal counsel and then go silent, the math changes for them. Suddenly, 6 months is cheaper than a lawsuit. A neutral reference is cheaper than a deposition where their manager explains the lie under oath. Layoff is cheaper than wrongful termination in the news. Your receipts didn't just correct them. Your receipts built your case. The disciplinary notice they wrote became Exhibit A. The PTO they approved became Exhibit B. The lie they told became Exhibit C. You didn't argue, you documented. And documentation beats denial. Every time, if they fire you, then rehire you, then lowball you, they're scared of you, of your receipts, of what you document, of what a jury would see. Don't sign, don't settle, don't blink. Hold your position. I break down real cases every Tuesday. Real receipts, real power shifts, real scripts you can use word for word. Subscribe, hit the bell, turn their mistakes into your leverage. And if you're dealing with this right now, comment paper trail below. I'll DM you the documentation checklist my clients use, the exact file system that wins. See you in the next video.